Hello! Today, a Moroccan who's never lived in the UK before will explain the impact of the most pressing issue you're facing, the cost of living crisis. Just to make you feel more at ease, let me try and blend into British culture. Good. Let me introduce you to Tommy. He will help us understand the economy today. Let's look at how he uses his income. First, he needs to cover his necessities, having a roof over his head, not freezing to death, not dying of hunger, and obviously not committing tax fraud. Then, with his remaining income, he buys his favourite thing in the world, bells. Although he prefers them to his children, they are not a necessity. Let's now suppose that energy prices rise. Tommy will not be able to reduce his spending to compensate for the price rise in heating, or else he will freeze. Therefore, to survive, he needs to buy less bells. Now we have Mark, his best friend and only bell seller. He will notice that he sells less bells as he will have leftover inventory. To survive, he needs to produce less, to sell his leftover stock, and to compensate for the fact that Tommy will buy less bells in the future. Let's now suppose that we have a whole population worth of Mark and Tommies with different productions. If energy prices rise, every Tommy will be forced to buy less, which will therefore make every Mark produce less. The sum of national production will therefore decrease, which is the same as GDP, and therefore it will have recessionary effects. But how does this all fit with the facts? According to a report from the House of Commons, household consumption represented 60% of expenditure in 2022, making it the biggest factor in GDP. A fall in that consumption due to energy price rise will surely lead to a recession if all things remain equal. Now, suppose that we have two types of Tommies in the economy. Posh Tommy, who has a lot of inherited wealth or earns a high income, and modest Tommy, who doesn't earn much income and has no wealth. The necessities are pretty much similar, although posh Tommies might be a bit more expensive. If we look at how they spend their income, we see that posh Tommy has a lot left over, some of which he even saves, while modest Tommy can barely afford anything else. Therefore, if we have that same energy price rise, we know that posh Tommy will be able to spend as much as he did before on bells if he reduces his spending, although he might not want to do that. And modest Tommy, however, will either not be able to buy any bells at all, or will be forced to give up some of his necessities to afford heating. But how does this all fit with the facts? According to the Office for National Statistics, around half of adults are using less fuels in their homes due to cost of living increases. So to wrap up, an energy price increase may lead to a recession due to reduced consumption. It might not impact the consumption of high wealth households because of their savings, although low wealth might be forced to reconsider their consumption or even go without enough food or heat. Thank you.